Once just a collection of barracks for the workers of a nearby quarry, Carier has now transformed into a small community of individuals who made the bold decision to trade the hustle and bustle of big city suburbs for the serene tranquility of a town in the middle of nowhere. However, it appears that newcomers have also brought along some unnecessary drama, causing slight concern among those who still remember when this place was nothing more than a pile of bricks on the sandy banks of the local river. Despite its peaceful nature, one can't help but wonder if this calm is merely the calm before the storm. Only time can tell. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are exploring the custom neighbourhood of Carier by Reckless Jerry. This was released on Mod The Sims in 2024. There are 3 unoccupied residential lots, 3 community lots and 12 families. Extra lots for the neighbourhood are available to download on the Creators Mod The Sims page. If you're interested, the link to that will be in the description box. This is a completely CC-free neighbourhood and you don't need a camera mod or anything for it to function as intended. And as always, the link to the neighbourhood can be found in the description if you're interested or if you'd even like to play along with me. First impressions, I really like this neighbourhood so far. I really just think that it's very cute. I like the use of the trees here, just makes it feel really rural and like close-knit. I just think that it's really lovely. Another thing I'm noticing as well is the houses all seem to look alike, like there's a theme, which again is just a really nice touch. Everything just feels really consistent. Now, I'm not going to go into every single family in this neighbourhood. I'm just going to pick a couple based on their bios, the ones that sound the most interesting to me. So let's go ahead and do that now. I think the first family we're going to check out is the Willer family from Sandstone Road 4. The bio reads, Luke, also known as Lucky Bastard among his friends, was raised on a humble farm, fully aware that money doesn't just magically appear out of thin air. However, that's exactly what happened when he struck gold and won the lottery. The opportunity to live a life of luxury knocked his boots off and he couldn't resist the temptation. Without a second thought, he splurged all his winnings on a lavish house and unnecessary possessions. Now he finds himself grappling with the repercussions of his impulsive financial choices, desperately trying to figure out his next move. Okay, this sounds really interesting. Let's dive in. We are in Luke Willer's house. One thing I have immediately noticed, of course, is the fact that he is asleep. Now, we will get him up in just a minute just to kind of get a better look at him, but I do just want to go through his statistics, his personality, that kind of thing. So he is a popularity sim whose lifetime aspiration is to have 20 simultaneous best friends. He does know quite a few people in the neighbourhood, which is lovely to see. He also has a few friends in Kirk and Norman and Dora. Let's see if he has any family members. No, okay, so it is just him. He doesn't have like deceased parents or anything, but you know, that's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that. He is a deep sea excavator, level 4 in the adventurer career. Only needs 1 more body skill point to get a promotion. He's an Aquarius who is sloppy, active, playful, kind of grouchy. Luke is a friendly and hardworking man who has a deep love for animals, thrilling adventures and captivating stories shared around the campfire. However, it's worth mentioning that he has a penchant for indulging in a few too many drinks at any party he's invited to, and sometimes even crashes parties he wasn't initially invited to. So if you happen to hear the sound of gunshots out of the blue, rest assured it's just Luke, probably halfway through his 3rd bottle of whiskey. The creator has also chosen his one true hobby, which is nature, which is very fitting given what we just learned about him through his bio. And he does have some memories. Okay, so he has like some standard memories like had first kiss and moved out. He doesn't really have toddler memories, which makes sense given that, you know, he doesn't have parents in his family tree or anything. And then just like a lot of memories about meeting Sims, getting a promotion and making pet best friends. He does not have any lifetime aspiration benefits spent, but to be honest, I quite like spending these myself, so that's fine with me. And of course, we can't forget about Luke's pets here. We have Colorado. I wonder if they have their own bios. Yes, it says meow. And we have this beautiful little boy down here. I'd love to know if you are a cat or dog person. Me personally, I am definitely a dog person. I can't get enough of them. I have my own border collie, who I love very, very much. But this is just a gorgeous, I want to say this is a golden retriever, and I want to see if his bio says woof. No, it doesn't. It says, what an original name this good boy has. Huh? I am so impressed by this house. I haven't even really looked at the interior or anything yet, but just the sheer size of it is very impressive. And again, it kind of goes in with what was said in the bio about him buying this like this luxury home. I don't know if I'd call it like a ranch, really. I'm not just sure, but it's a very, very nice big house and completely unnecessary for a single man to live in. And as we can see from his funds, he is only left with 2,300. So I bet the upkeep on this is going to be pretty massive. If we look outside, we can see that there is a very nice hot tub. I wonder what this little room is, if maybe it's like a little changing room. Oh, it's a sauna. Okay, very nice. I like this. He does also have a car and also one that I guess he's currently in the process of like fixing up. This could be like a potential business venture for him if you decide to play the neighborhood. These can sell for a lot of simoleons. From what I remember, I think it costs like 900 simoleons to buy and then you could sell it for like 9,000, something like that. But now we're going to take a closer look at the interior. I'm very excited about this just because it's so big and such an interesting shape. I'm surprised they pulled it off so well. I could never build something like this. I'm just not skilled enough. But this here is the living space. And I love that he has a... Kesha. Oh my God, that's the name of the bird. He's got a bird cage here. A budgie, I guess. Or a parakeet. Over here we've got a bar, which again, we know he likes a drink, which is very fitting for a popularity sim. We've got a bathroom with a litter box, plenty of like pet supplies littered about. Very nice dining space here. And we've got a kitchen. This is all very nice. This is his bedroom over here, which is quite messy. Now, from his personality, we did learn that he is quite sloppy. He's definitely not a particularly neat sim, so that tracks. I like that. Got a exercise machine. He's got fish, so definitely a very big animal lover. And over here we have, I guess this is, okay, so this is probably like the main living space, and the bit I showed you earlier down here, this is like the foyer or the entryway, whatever you'd like to call it. But it's decked out with all of like the latest mod cons. You've got stereo, TV, gaming station here. You've got a piano, a synthesizer, guitar, bookshelves, arcade games, a dartboard. So there's plenty of things to keep him occupied. He definitely strikes me as quite a hedonistic sim. And if we look upstairs, we can see he has a poker table, which I imagine he would invite like these Sims here who he's friends with over to come and hang out and play a game, maybe hustle for some money. I wonder if he lost a lot of money playing this as well, maybe. And here is the man himself. I did get him up at 5 a.m. Just because I really wanted to see what he looks like. I'm not going to say he's a good looking Sim. But he is interesting, and I really do like interesting looking Sims so much more than like face one template, if you know what I mean. So has like that cowboy kind of look going on. I just think he's cool, and I think he would be a lot of fun to play. The second family we're going to check out are the Booths from Quaz Lane 1. Booths are just as dysfunctional as they are rich. Imagine locking Marjorie and Kirk in a room together. The silence would be so awkward and suffocating that you could almost use it as a deadly weapon. And then there's Maya, who has tirelessly attempted to mend the situation, but to no avail. Now here they are, each occupying their own little corner of the house, pondering over who exactly is to blame for the issues plaguing this family. I guess everyone in the neighbourhood starts their round on Monday at 5 a.m, at least so far that I've seen, which I really like. I like that consistency, but they were in bed, so I did reset them, get them out of bed and change their clothes to the sim blender and all of that, so you can actually get a look at these sims. This here, we're actually going to start with Kirk since he's the first one listed. So let's go over to him. This is Kirk Booth, who is a fortune sim, and he looks like one. His lifetime want is to own 5 top-level businesses. The family story suggested that there were some issues in the household. It is not that the couple are not in love. Also, if we check out Maya here, she's very much still in love and best friends and all of that with her husband Kirk. But I did notice that he does not get along with Marjorie, his daughter. He has a few friends in the neighbourhood. He has 2 bolts with Karen Little. He works as a general, level 10 in the military career, and he brings home a lot of money. The family are quite wealthy. They have 79,000 simoleons. High cooking, high mechanical, body cleaning, so he does very well for himself. He is an Aries who is outgoing, active, very serious and grouchy. Kirk has always had this burning desire to have a son. His parenting strategy was pretty straightforward. If you behaved, you earned his respect, but if you misbehaved, off to boot camp you went, simple as that. However, life had a different plan for Kirk, and instead of a son, he ended up with a daughter. This unexpected twist left him utterly bewildered, as he had never even considered the possibility, and he had no backup plan in place. So what did Kirk do? Well, he decided to take a step back and distance himself as much as possible from the situation, which in this case meant his own child. Dealing with the boys had always been a breeze for him, but what on earth was he supposed to do with a girl? Play with dolls? Braid her pigtails? Kirk simply didn't have the time or interest for all that girly stuff. And his one true hobby has been selected. It is music and dance. His memories are a little bit more in-depth than Luke's, so I kind of just want to check these out really quick. So he fell in love with Maya, they got married, and he has a negative memory of having Marjorie, his daughter. This is something that could only be done through Simpy E. So I applaud the creator for actually going in and giving these memories to the Sims, because it just adds that extra layer of depth and attention to detail. He remembers getting a job and learning how to make lobster, and he made out with Maya. Okay, that's kind of an unusual placement here. It's probably an oversight. I would maybe put that like after had first kissed or something, but to be honest, that's it's nitpicky. Next up, we have Maya Booth, who is a knowledge sim who dreams of becoming chief of staff. I am noticing as well, she is nearly, she's in the red for aspiration. Was Kirk the same? No, he's in the green. Unlike her husband, she actually has an excellent relationship with her daughter. She has two bolts with this guy. Potential for drama there. She works as a surgeon, level 8 in the medical career. This family is definitely bringing home the big bucks. She's a Sagittarius who is sloppy, shy, active, playful, and grouchy. Maya did her utmost to provide Marjorie with everything she required. However, since Kirk declined to participate, she had to take on double the effort. As an outsider, Maya could observe that they shared many similarities, and she generally believed that there was a chance they would eventually get along. Maya just hasn't figured out a way to make it happen yet. And this is the teenage Marjorie Booth, who is a knowledge sim, so she takes after her mother in that regard. She also has the want locked in to get a job in the adventurer career. I love it when creators do this. It's a way of doing scripted events that actually doing scripted events, like you're pointing the player in a certain direction. Of course, you don't have to do this, but this is the path that I would follow if I was ever to play this neighbourhood. Her lifetime want is to max out 7 skills. So she has a pretty good relationship with her mother, not so good with her father. It's not like they're enemies or anything, but they do not get along. Thankfully, though, she does have a best friend in Jessica Sloan, and she knows a few other people in the neighbourhood. She has a B+ in public school. She has a very high body skill, which actually reminds me, I do quickly want to check out what Maya's hobby was. We don't know. I'm wondering if Marjorie's is fitness. It's sports. Okay, so I like that. She is a Scorpio who is neat, kind of in between shy and outgoing. She's active, serious, and grouchy, which is actually a lot closer to her father's personality than it is to her mother's. So that's something that was suggested in Maya's description, where it talked about how she has a lot of similarities with her father. They just maybe don't realise it. Marjorie adores her mother, but when it comes to her father, she feels nothing, absolutely nothing. They simply coexist under the same roof, and for the longest time, Marjorie believed this was just the norm. However, as she grew older, she began to suspect that she might have some unresolved issues with her dad. Her burning desire became finding the answer to the question, why? What had she done to deserve this? Her mother always avoids discussing it to maintain the peace, but eventually Marjorie reaches her breaking point and can't bear it any longer. And here are her memories. So she learned to study from Maya. One thing I would have liked is for Marjorie to have had memories like learned how to talk from Maya, potty trained by Maya, learned how to walk from Maya, just to show that Maya was the one that kind of raised her and her father had nothing to do with it. But I do like that this memory here is present. She became best friends with Jessica, which put her up to 2 best friends. And to think I thought the last house was impressive. This one is enormous. I love the use of all of these trees here, and I cannot not talk about the fact that the family own a helicopter. I wonder if it has an owner. Okay, it's set to nobody, but I would definitely set this to Kirk. This definitely looks like a military helicopter to me with the green and everything. They have a very large garage. They've got a, what looks like a Ferrari car, and then there's more like family style one. There's a sauna in here, and out here we also have a basketball court. So this segment right here is probably going to take me a little bit of time because there are so many rooms, but I love the layout of it. I think they have done an awesome job. I love the use of the green and the browns here. It makes it look quite sophisticated. Really like it, but it also doesn't look old-fashioned or dated. It does look quite modern at the same time, while also being like very rich and upscale for The Sims 2. Really like this living room kind of area here with the bar and everything. I absolutely love that. And then we've got like the TV room. These paintings I know cost a lot of money, so I like their inclusion. They have an enormous kitchen with like a big island section here. I love the greens and everything. Oh, it's just really nice. 2 fridges. Absolutely gorgeous dining space. Oh, I love this. Very nice. I feel like it's very easy to fall into the trap of just creating like very bland, boring dining rooms, but I like that the creator has gone that extra step to, include like these comfy chairs over here just to make it feel like a comfortable rich person house, We've got this really big, nice bathroom as well, and now we're going to go ahead and check up the bedroom space and then we'll go upstairs. Oh, but before we look at the bedroom, we do have the like hallway space here, which kind of separates like the main part of the house to the bedroom. And I love this. I kind of want to get a closer look. This is wonderful. And one thing I love is when I see things that I've never seen done before in The Sims 2. And I definitely kind of want to do this myself in future builds because this is very creative. This right here would be the master bedroom. This is where Kirk and Maya would sleep, and they have kind of like, it's more than just a bedroom. They've kind of got this section here that has exercise equipment, and they've got a desk with a really fancy computer. Yeah, very nice. We have a second bathroom, and then this would be Marjorie's bedroom, which is very typical of a teenager, and I like that they have like sports equipment and stuff here, which ties in with her hobby. Wow, guys, look at this. This is the upstairs, and I just think that the use of these plants here is so clever and creative, and it just looks so pretty and ties in very well with the green. I really like that. So over here, it looks like we have a studio of sorts. We've got like a piano and a guitar. We've also got like a poker table. Wow, the Sims in this neighborhood love a game of poker. But I love this. What a cool like little hangout spot. Definitely something you would utilize when it comes to parties and things like that. Next up, we have the Darlin family from Claymore Road 2. Estella was enjoying her life, sipping cocktails in her garden and daydreaming about a prince on a white horse coming her way. However, instead of a prince, her ex-boyfriend showed up in a beat-up old truck, dropped off their son Jasper at a doorstep, and drove off into the sunset. A few weeks have passed, and it seems like the tension between them is slowly thawing, but there's still a long way to go before they can truly start acting like a family. Here we have Estella Darlin, which I think I called her Estelle when I read the bio just now. Her name is Estella. She is a romance sim who wants to woohoo with 20 different Sims. She is friends with her son, and I'm guessing Norman here was Jasper's father. Let's go ahead and check. It doesn't show here who his father is, but it has to be Norm. At least that would be my guess. And it looks like they have rekindled their relationship, which is really fun. And she has a bunch of friends, so she's quite a popular sim. She is a cartoon voice level 5 in the show business career. I don't think I've ever actually seen this job title before, so that's a new one on me. She earns quite a bit of money. She only needs 2 more skill points in charisma and body to get a promotion. And she's the first sim so far that I've checked, I know you haven't seen her in this video, I have been checking, who has hobby badges, talent badges even, sorry. She is a bronze in gardening and a silver in sewing. She is a Cancer who is neat, shy, active, serious, and nice. Estella may come across as old-fashioned and perhaps a tad delusional, but she embraces her unique quirks with contentment. However, her happiness would have reached new heights if her ex had bothered to inform her about dropping off their teenage son at her doorstep. It's not that she isn't pleased to see him, she had done her best to erase his existence from her mind. And it's not as if she's judging his grungy appearance since she used to be a punk herself back in the day, which feels like eons ago. But seriously, why now? Just when she thought she had stumbled upon a new romantic interest, this unexpected twist throws her off her balance. Okay, so I think I may have made a mistake. It looks like Jasper doesn't really know who his father is. So maybe he was just like, they literally just like erased him from their memory. I think Norman isn't his dad, but rather just this new guy that she's been seeing. We don't actually know who Jasper's father is, I think. And this is Jasper, who is a fortune sim who dreams of having 5 top-level businesses. He has a decent relationship with his mother and a few friends in the neighbourhood as well. He is in public school, he has a B+, quite a few mechanical skill points and creativity. He also works in the criminal career track as a street hawker, level 1. Plenty of skills and friends in order to get a promotion, so he should rise up the ranks pretty quickly. He's a Sagittarius who is sloppy, shy, active, playful and grouchy. Jasper is no stranger to feeling unwanted. Despite living with his dad since birth, taking care of him has always fallen on the shoulders of his dad's girlfriends, who seemed to change every month. Some of them were kind, but others were not so pleasant. But now he finds himself stuck with his biological mum, which surprisingly isn't all that bad. Sure, Jasper doesn't quite fit into the whole baby blue country aesthetic, and Estella clearly isn't thrilled about his presence, but at least the place doesn't reek of cigarettes and urine. Who knows, maybe there's a glimmer of hope for Jasper to finally experience a normal life after all. I did check Estella's hobby just now. She doesn't have one true hobby, but Jasper does, and it's sports, which makes me think that maybe he could connect with Marjorie in the neighbourhood from the last family we checked out. Sorry guys, not to be messy, but we're jumping back to Estella. I just realised we forgot to do her memories, so I just quickly want to check this out. She had a negative memory of having her son. Ouch, that's not good. She got a job, which I guess is like, you know, her focus has always been like her career and that kind of thing, and just being like a fun single woman. She burned grilled cheese sandwiches. She learned how to make turkey, she taught her son how to study, and then she kissed Norman and fell in love with him and all of that good stuff. Right, so back to Jasper. He seems to have moved a lot as a child and he was not particularly happy about it. I guess his latest place had vermin and then he moved in with his mother, so hopefully positive changes will come Jasper's way. And this is the family home. It looks like we have a little visitor down here, Sheba. They've got a car out here, nothing particularly fancy. I think this is the cheapest one you can buy, but I love like all of the driveways that the creator has put into these lots. They just feel so lovely. And again, the consistency with the brick and the green roof just gives it like a theme to the hood, and I love that. And this is a really cute like outdoor garden hangout sort of section here. There's not much to it, but I just love it. We do have some sickly produce in the greenhouse over here, like sickly tomatoes and cucumbers and strawberries and stuff. So definitely some work needs to be done there if you decide to play this family. Estella here, she's not particularly handy in the garden. She does not have a green thumb. And it looks like this house is a bungalow. Funnily enough, I would love to live in a bungalow. I did when I was very, very small, but that's kind of like my dream to eventually move into one again. But anyway, enough about me. This is kind of like an open plan. So we've got the kitchen, which is just lovely. It's not like top of the line stuff. This isn't supposed to be like a really expensive house like the last one we saw, which I really like. It just feels a lot more quaint and cozy. We have the living space. We've also got a sewing machine over here, a nice big bathroom with a bath and a shower. And this would be the master bedroom. Very nice sort of blues and browns and very well decorated. And finally, we've got Jasper's room, which kind of feels like a guest room to me, which is what I'm assuming the creator was going for. It doesn't feel as personal as Marjorie's room did, because I guess Estella kind of just had to throw this together last minute because her son's arrival was unexpected. So I like that. It's just very in true and in keeping with the story. Here we have the Grimes family from Isinglass N2. Norman is the kind of guy you find in every town. He's the local heartbreaker, dream maker and love taker. He's well aware of the reputation he holds and he couldn't care less. After all, someone needs to inject a little adult excitement into this otherwise mundane place, and Norman has happily taken on that role. We have a Don Lothario in our midst. We were already introduced to Norman when we were in the Darlin family, so we do know that he has a thing with Estella, but go ahead and check this out. He is also romantically involved with another woman, Stella Sloan. So two women on the go. He's best friends with Luke, whose family we also checked out. And then he knows like quite a few other Sims who he's quite close with in the neighbourhood. He is a romance sim who wants to become a professional party guest, and he has the want locked in to have 3 loves at once, which is very typical of a romance sim and in keeping with his bio, which suggests he wants to have adult excitement in the neighbourhood. And he does work as a party DJ in the Slacker career. He is at level 5. I really like that the creator has gone out of their way to actually give lifetime wants. I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but lifetime wants that actually match the Sims' job wherever possible. I love that. I think that's great. He only needs 1 mechanical skill for promotion. He also has a bunch of skill points. So high cooking, charisma, body, and creativity. Also some in logic as well. He's an Aries who is outgoing, active, serious, and grouchy. I feel like a lot of Sims we've checked out so far have been particularly grouchy. We haven't met a lot of nice Sims. Norman absolutely adores being the focal point, especially when it involves catching the ladies' eyes. His go-to method for leaving a lasting impression is by taking shots at the old cars parked in his backyard. After all, who can resist a man with a firearm, right? So if you happen to hear the sound of gunshots, it's either Norman engaging in yet another escapade, or Luke Willer throwing a wild party in the vicinity. Or perhaps it's both of them causing a ruckus together. We don't know what his one true hobby is, but he does have a couple in games. Again, I think stuff like this, the attention to detail, just giving the Sims those extra little like parts of a personality really makes the Sim feel more fleshed out. Let's go ahead and check out the memories next. These are his memories, the ones that stand out to me: burnt omelettes, learned how to make salmon, he met a bunch of Sims, made best friends. Oh, he got rejected for a makeout with Stella, but then she changed her mind after they fell in love. He woohooed with Estella, and then he learned how to make pork chops. Before we check out the inside of the house, I'm very eager to look at the cars that was mentioned in his backyard. But first, let's check out over here. This, I'm guessing, would be his main car. It is set as normal, so he would use this to go to work, which is a nice touch. And if we look over here, we can see that he has some like broken down, busted kind of cars that he just likes to shoot at. Very funny. We've got like a little bonfire pit, another one over here, or I guess this over here would actually be a campfire, and this one would be the bonfire pit. But again, you can have a lot of fun throwing parties here. Just add a stereo out here and let the chaos ensue. This house definitely feels like a bachelor pad to me, and I'll get into why in just a minute. But first, I just want to look at the kitchen, because the kitchen is really very nice. I like the colour scheme that they've got going on here. The wallpaper is really gaudy, as well as the curtains. But again, you would definitely expect that from a single man. Are these dirty? I think a couple of the... Okay, just one of the appliances dirty. I would have liked... Is he sloppy? Let me check. Okay, he's not very sloppy. If he was, I would have liked for the kitchen to have been filthy, but that's just me. But he isn't, so it doesn't matter. Over here, we've got the dining room. And what I wanted to talk about, because I did notice that it caught my eye, is just how much of a bachelor pad this feels like. I mean, he has a bar and a pool table in his living room, as well as these neon lights. Yeah, this is like his bachelor haven. I mean, it's just awesome. I really like it. One thing I really like about not just this house, but pretty much everyone we've checked out, is the layout. And I like the use of having like the stairs here, and you've got this overhang area. So it's not all just like, it's not like the creator has built 2 full floors. It's like a floor and a half. And I think it looks really great from certain angles like this. Yeah, absolutely love this. I think that's very creative. We have his bedroom. I love the fountain back here. The fountain with the trees. I might have to do that sometime. That looks very grand. The final family we're going to be checking out today in this neighbourhood before we head into the community lots are the Dempseys from Isinglass End 1, I believe. The bio reads, Nick and Velma tied the knot on the very day they were granted legal permission to do so. They created a treasure trove of cherished memories together. However, lately it seems like the winds of change have begun to blow. Could it be Nick's unwavering obsession with his car collection? Or perhaps Velma's ongoing struggle with her own identity? They're unsure, but one thing's for certain, a storm is brewing, and they must find a way to steer clear of it before it unleashes its fury upon them. This is Nicholas Dempsey. He is a fortune sim who, much like a lot of the other sims in this neighbourhood, would like to own his own business, but not just one, 5. He is married to Velma and very much in love with her. He has a couple of bolts with some other sims as well. Whenever I see this, I always just think drama. He is a lieutenant, level 7 in the law enforcement career. He needs 5 friends, a body skill point as well to get a promotion, so quite a bit off. He is a Leo who is sloppy, outgoing, lazy, serious and grouchy. Nick doesn't just think he's better than everyone, he is absolutely convinced of it. His taste is beyond exquisite, his house exudes chic elegance, and his car collection is nothing short of pure perfection. The only thing that truly bothers him is that man-whore in his godforsaken junkyard next door. But hey, no worries, Nick will definitely find a way to rid himself of that eyesore and all of its rubbish. Alright, so pretty standard memories here. He has a lot of them for Velma, who he got engaged to and married and made out with and woohooed, and the couple have no children together. Next up, we have Velma, who is a knowledge sim. She would like to max out 7 skills. She is also very much in love with her husband. There is room for improvement though. They're only 70 over 70, so a couple of dates and they should be well on their way to 100 over 100. She's also best friends with Joseph Sloan here, and she knows a bunch of other people as well. Doesn't get on with this dog. She is a high school teacher, level 5. One thing I have noticed is they don't have elder jobs, so it looks like they haven't like retired and gone into another job. They've just like continued on through their elder career, if that makes sense. She is a Virgo who is super neat, pretty shy, active, serious, and in between grouchy and nice. Velma used to have moments when she never doubted her contentment with Nicholas. However, lately, a nagging thought has been creeping into her mind. Is this all there is? Will her life continue like this until the end of time? The gaudy house, the garage filled with cars she despised, and her husband, perched so high on his horse that he seems almost untouchable. Perhaps if they had kids in their younger days, things might have taken a different turn, but if it's too late to feel sorry about that now, isn't it? We don't know what her hobby is. As for her memories, again, they're all pretty much centered around her husband Nicholas. She got a job and made best friends with Joseph. I wonder if maybe, they don't have chemistry or anything. Maybe he's married or something, but if she's not happy in her relationship and I was playing this, I would probably have her have an affair just to kind of see what else is out there, be a little toxic. And this is the family home. All right, so this is kind of like in between the really fancy lots that we've seen today and the little bungalow we saw with the Darling family. So this is kind of a nice in between, although it is pretty fancy still. It's not quite as big, but look at these cars. This is the first thing I want to check out because Nicholas here is an Advent car collector. We've got a really fancy expensive one here and then like a business type of car. Let's go inside. Does he have any more? Okay, he doesn't, but there is plenty of room to buy some more if you wanted to play this and keep that storyline going. And if we look inside, we can see that the family have a very posh house. Like, it's very fancy and upscale. It's kind of like the Goth Manor in a way. I'm guessing this here is like a guest bedroom. Maybe if they were to like throw a dinner party or something, when the guests got too drunk to drive home, they can kind of like crash here. I don't know. This is like the little foyer. I really like the carpet that runs along. We've got a lovely bathroom. This is lovely with the rug and everything and the plants. And this here is the living room. Wow, this is just like with the really expensive sculptures and everything. It's very nice. Definitely not somewhere I would live. It's kind of like a stately home, like very old-fashioned, upscale kind of furniture. But it's definitely in keeping with like that gaudy nature that Nicholas is so fond of. And if we look over here, I think this is just like an entryway. Oh, wait. Okay, so you've got this bookcase. This is like the secret bookcase, so no one can really access his garage but him. That's very clever, so it's kind of like kept safe. This is the kitchen and dining space all rolled into one. I'm not sure how functional this bar is here, if Sims can actually get around the corners there, but you'd have to test that out. But yeah, very nice, very, very fancy. And this is the upstairs. So we have the office space over here. There is another bathroom. We've got the master bedroom. I'm not sure why my bed is glitching. I think it's because I reset the Sims to get them out of bed and dressed. You can see my Sim blender just chilling over there. But yeah, very nice, super fancy. I really like the curtains that overhang the doors here. Got a very grand piano. I do wonder if maybe one of their hobbies is perhaps music and dance, perhaps Velma here. So that concludes the family portion of this video. Now we're going to head on over and check out some of the community lots. The bio reads, "This place used to be a post office, but now it's been transformed into a charming little mall. Surprisingly, no one really asked for it, but hey, here it is. It's absolutely perfect if you're in need of a quick snack or if you suddenly remember those eggs you forgot to buy on your way home. However, if you've got a whole shopping list in mind, you might want to consider heading elsewhere. This place is just too small to handle everything you might need." First impressions, this looks really interesting. I really love the driveways here, which leads into the car park. Now there does exist a mod, I'm pretty sure it's on Mod The Sims. I will leave a link to it in the description box if you want to get it yourself. But basically it means that you can have like these invisible car spots here, and it will mean cars will spawn randomly throughout the day, which adds that extra layer of realism. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the house because I really like the shape of it. Definitely feels like a converted post office, which I really like. This here is the interior, and I really like it because it feels like an all-in-one convenience shop. It pretty much has everything your Sims could need. Like they can eat here. There's this like dining booth. They've also got a coffee shop. You can buy magazines and cell phones, clothes at the back. This is from the H&M pack, and also groceries. So it's definitely, I feel like it fits really well in a small neighborhood like this where you wouldn't have like a grocery store and a electronics store and a clothing store. Like you'd kind of have an all-in-one, and I like that. I think that's it's very fitting in keeping with like the theme of the neighborhood being a small suburban town. Next up we have St. Gladis Church. This is just an old church that the locals once built with their own hands. Apparently it holds the title of being the oldest building in town, so naturally there are all sorts of rumours floating around about it. One of the rumours claim that the church is not the original one. Supposedly, the original church was made of wood and was tragically destroyed by a fire many years ago, resulting in the loss of several lives. According to this tale, their remains were laid to rest beneath the new church in some hidden catacombs. But honestly, that's just a bunch of nonsense. I mean, seriously, this place doesn't even have a basement. Or does it? I am very eager to get into this lot because it just looks absolutely beautiful. Again, one thing that the creator has done, I think for every lot that we have checked out so far, is include like a driveway, and on the community lots we do have a car park, which again adds to that realism that I love so very much. We have a lot of like nature as well. There's just a bunch of trees. Over here would be the cemetery. One thing I really love is having a church and cemetery combination, so Sims can get married here and also host funerals for, you know, much like in real life. Yeah, very nice. I like that we've got like the inclusion of like family photos here. If I zoom in, a teddy bear and candles, and if you put like a headstone here, it would really feel like someone is dropping off like gifts, you know, dropping off flowers, that kind of thing for their loved ones, and I just think that's really nice. Yeah, they've done a great job here. And I didn't notice this little building at first glance. It's just caught my eye. I was about to go inside. I'm wondering if this is maybe like a bathroom or something. Yeah, okay, this is like a little outdoor bathroom. Very simple, but you know, that's the kind of thing you want in a church. You don't need like big fancy bathrooms or anything. Just something simple is perfectly fine. It's both small and grand at the same time, so it's not like a big massive church that's going to lag and cause all kinds of issues with your game. It's sort of very small, but I really like the colour scheme of like browns. It sort of feels like really classic and old-fashioned with like the red or burgundy. I'm not really sure what colour this is. It's more of a purple. I'm not really sure, but you've got a piano over here or like an organ. And then this would be, I guess, like a little entryway, and it has an upstairs. All right, so this is the upstairs. Now, if I put, I'm pretty sure it's tab. No, it's not tab. If I do design tool, there we go. So I've gotten rid of those lines here and we can get a better look. So Sims, I guess, could stand over here and kind of look down and maybe give like a speech from up here or something. I don't know, I just feel like this is a great lot for storytelling purposes and I really like it. The third and final community lot is West Pond. If for some reason you happen to drive through this town, here's a small park where you can take a break and relax. The locals don't frequent this place much, so you can enjoy some peace and quiet guaranteed. And here we have the park. It has an absolutely enormous lake here, or pond, whatever you'd like to call it. I like that it's situated right next to this other one as well. It just gives it like that naturey kind of feel to the neighbourhood. There seems to be a theme, you know, we've got a lot of trees, a lot of water and stuff. Really love that. This would be a great place if you have nature-loving Sims, or Sims who like to garden and fish. This is definitely somewhere I would send those Sims to quite often. And this is the rest of the park. It's definitely a family fun kind of lot. So over here we've got like the playground with like a swing and slides and monkey bars and everything. Really cool. And then over here we've got like the grill. So that takes care of Sims's hunger, as well as vending machines. And we've got a like football pitch here as well. So I think this is really nice. I love it when lots have a lot of activities. One thing I find with Max's parks is there's very little for Sims to do. They tend to just like stick down a pond and call it a day, but here there's actually things that your Sims can engage with, and I think that makes it very functional. And this here is the bathroom. So very kind of simple, definitely feels like a community lot bathroom, like kind of sterile, not very personal, but that's exactly what you'd expect from a lot like this. Not much more to say about that. I mean, it's a bathroom. But as for the rest of the lot, I think that it's very well done. Love the use of like the trees and everything. I can just picture my Sims kids like playing in the playground, and the adults going for a walk through nature here and doing a little bit of fishing and snuggling under the stars. I really like that. And again, it's great for storytelling. That concludes my neighbourhood tour of Carier by Reckless Jerry. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you would like to get this neighbourhood for yourself, like I mentioned earlier, it is completely custom content free. The link to it will be available in the description box down below. But until next time, I do hope you're all having a great day, and I will see you in the very next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!